What if I told you that this woman will turn 70 in a few months, but most people give her decades less? This incredible woman's name is Ewa Idzikowska. And it's not about miracle pills, expensive treatments, or secret rejuvenation technologies. Her main secret is much more interesting. It is available to almost everyone, but only a few people use it. Today, we will analyze the lifestyle of a woman named Ewa Idzikowska and try to understand which habits help her maintain energy, attractiveness, and vitality at an age when many are already beginning to complain of fatigue, illness, and lack of strength. And most importantly, you will be able to take these principles and apply them in your own life. Therefore, watch this video to the end. It will be very interesting and useful. So, let's get started. The first and main principle is novelty. Many people don't age because the years pass. They age because they stop changing. The brain loves novelty. When a person constantly encounters new situations, learns new skills, changes familiar routes, tries something unfamiliar, the nervous system gets a powerful workout. It helps to keep thinking flexible, improves memory, and reduces the risk of age-related cognitive impairment. Another important feature of Ewa is that she leads an active lifestyle. And here it is worth making an important clarification. Being active is not necessarily a grueling workout at the gym. Many people mistakenly think that health depends only on a few hours of sports per week. In fact, the amount of movement throughout the day is much more important. Our body was created for constant movement. When a person sits for a long time, blood circulation worsens, metabolism slows down, and cell sensitivity to insulin decreases. Therefore, one of the most powerful tools for prolonging youth is not sports per se, but constant household activity. It's especially interesting that Ewa spends a lot of time outside. And this is another factor that is often underestimated. Modern people live indoors: house, car, office, shopping mall. Sometimes people spend more than 90% of their time inside buildings, but nature has an amazing effect on the body. Outside, we get natural light, which helps the internal biological clock work properly, namely the quality of sleep, energy levels, hormonal balance, and even the state of the immune system depend on them. If you want to get the most out of it, try to spend at least 30 to 60 minutes outside every day. Moreover, it is advisable to go out into the daylight in the morning. This simple step helps the body better regulate melatonin production in the evening and promotes deeper recovery during sleep. The next important point is a conscious attitude to health. A lot of people start taking care of themselves only when problems arise, but real prevention works differently. It begins long before the disease. Being aware of health issues means being able to notice the body's signals before they turn into serious problems. This applies to sleep, nutrition, energy levels, physical fitness, and emotional state. Try asking yourself a few simple questions regularly. How do I sleep? Do I have enough energy during the day? Has it become more difficult for me to climb the stairs? Do I get tired faster? Such observations help to notice changes in time and adjust lifestyle. Another important factor that can be noticed in Ewa's lifestyle is intrinsic motivation. This quality is much rarer than is commonly thought. Some people live solely on external stimuli. They start taking care of themselves for the sake of other people's opinions, for the sake of photos on social networks, or for the sake of the praise of others. But such sources of motivation quickly run out. Inner motivation works differently. It occurs when a person enjoys the process itself. It is such people who continue to move forward for decades. It is impossible not to mention another powerful factor of longevity: optimism. Many people perceive optimism as a character trait that either exists or not. but modern research shows that optimism is largely a habit of thinking. People with a more positive outlook on life cope with stress more easily, recover faster from setbacks, and are more likely to remain active in old age. This does not mean ignoring problems. It's about the ability to see opportunities even in difficult circumstances. There is another interesting feature of Ewa. She knows how to work on camera. At first glance, it may seem unrelated to health, but the connection here is much deeper than it seems. When a person feels confident in front of the camera, it often speaks to self-acceptance. And self-acceptance is an essential component of psychological well-being. Some people have been living in a state of internal criticism for years. They are constantly dissatisfied with themselves, their age, appearance, or achievements. Such an internal conflict creates chronic tension and literally drains energy. Another important principle that helps many people stay young much longer than their peers is a constant sense of interest in life. It sounds simple, but it is the loss of curiosity that often becomes one of the main causes of rapid aging. Look at the children. They are constantly exploring the world. They are interested in literally everything. That's why their brains are working at an incredible speed. But with age, many people gradually lose this quality. They stop being surprised, stop learning new things, and start living by the principle, I've already seen everything. At this point, life becomes predictable, and the brain begins to work in an energy-saving mode. If you put all these principles together, it becomes clear that the secret of Ewa's youth is not some kind of magic at all. It is a combination of movement, being outdoors, flexibility of thinking, conscious attitude to health, internal motivation, optimism, sense of humor, and self-acceptance. The most interesting thing is that most of these factors do not require a lot of money. They require attention. Paying attention to our bodies, our habits, and how we live each day. The age in the passport inevitably changes, but the rate of aging largely depends on our daily decisions. And perhaps the main lesson that can be learned from the example of Ewa Idzikowska is this: youth is not a number, it's a way of life. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video that's currently appearing on your screen.